I still love that theme tune, even after 24 episodes.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hello. Hello.
hello. Hello. Hello. Uh, good morning, everyone. And, well, if you're in the UK, it's good morning. This is the penultimate episode of the Spitfire build. It's been a long road.
Doesn't penultimate mean the last but one?
No, it's the last one. Episode 12.
Can we get Modmin to take it to...
Big screen?
No, I mean, take it to the umpire for a second opinion. Right. I believe penultimate means the last but one.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm Welsh. I don't understand English. It's the other way around, actually. Yeah. I understand less Welsh than English. Yeah. You'll notice that there are only two of us here today. That's because Gary is on grandfather duty for the day, Mr. Morris. He's also decorating, so hopefully you won't get them confused and paint the grandchild. But he will be back next week when we start the train build. How are you, John?
Oh, good. Yes, I'm not looking after a grandchild, for I have none.
Neither do I yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all good. So,
how crazy would that be if I became a grandfather before you?
I wouldn't be crazy. Well, we'll see. I'm not forcing my children to
spawn, get into relationships.
They could do what they want. It's their lives. But it would be nice because you could hand them back.
Yeah. Anyway, that's part of being a grandparent.
Yeah. So I'll bring everyone up to speed what I've been playing with the last couple of days on the model bench. So I'll change camera from Moo.
I just realised.
Right. So this is the Mini Art. Bloody glare. Oh, there you go. It fits that way. It's a Mini Art 135 Bergpanzer. T60. Right, so that's coming up the home stretch. It's got the crane on it now. I painted a little bit of that's like how wood goes sort of grey. It's not so brown after it's been in the weather for a while. So I'll have bits of old wood on that, and then paint that the dunkelgelb. I put the rest of the photo wedge on a little mounting brackets for the mud guards and everything else. So that's coming up the home stretch. I haven't touched that. What I have been playing with is the other thing that I'm building. It's a 48 scale Tornado from Italy. So I'm starting to get a bit of paint on it now. It looks a bit weird because it's got just a black spine, black top of the tail, and this will be white base of the fin and then feathered in. The rest of it will be a medium sea grey, but that's coming along. I did have a bit of an embuggerance. I looked at photos of the actual jet yesterday and realised there was no guns on it, so I had to make some milliput up and sand all that smooth, so there's no guns on it anymore. So I just wasted my time. And that's those two. I'll get ready to do this one next. So what about you, Mikey? What have you been playing with?
Not much.
Not much?
No. Today is my wedding anniversary. So I made the wife breakfast this morning. Bed. So I don't know if she's gone back to sleep, but she was having breakfast in bed and a cup of tea when I went up. Last saw her. Monday. What did we do Monday? I don't even know what we were working on.
Well, I was doing the Bergpanzer. What were you doing?
What was I working on? I have no idea.
You were working on the comments, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Actually, I can't recall. I should watch it back and then like and subscribe.
Yeah, I should like and subscribe to my own channel. Yeah. I genuinely can't remember Oh, I was working on that. I made that little Sherman, didn't I?
Yeah.
Tuesday, I started working on this with Steph and Tim.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
It's going to be cool. So that's pretty much about as much as it's going to be out of the actual kit. That's all stuff I've made and parts and stuff. So I've made a lot of the parts and stuff out of wood for it. I think it should look cool. Yep. And that's about it, to be honest, this week. Yeah. Don't know what I'm going to work on tomorrow. Possibly my Universal Carry diorama or the Centurion. No idea. I'll work it out. So, comments. Duke says, good day to all you beautiful people. Good day, Duke.
Hey, Duke.
He says, happy anniversary to Mike and your lovely wife, Kaylee. Thank you very much, Duke. Duke says, hi, John.
Hi, Duke.
He also says, hi, Gary. Gary's not here. Surprise. See, you're too quick off the mark.
Haha.
Ivan says, good morning, all. Good morning, Ivan.
Ivan?
Duke says, good day, Ivan.
While you're doing that, I'll start doing this.
Yes. Tiff says, good morning, folks. Please hit the like button on your way in. Thank you. Have you finished fighting with the cat yet, Modman? Duke says, good day, Tiff. Ivan says, Duke, good morning. Ivan says, Mikey, hi. Hello, Ivan. Nice to have you with us again. Steve's Gaming says, hello, guys. Hope you're well. Hello, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Oh, have you seen the D9R he's got? He put it up in the server.
Oh, no, I have not.
It's so cool. It's a radio-controlled D9R. It looks awesome. Looks expensive, but it looks awesome. Ivan says, good day, Cobber. To John. Tiffany says, it means second to last. There we go. I've learned something new. Ivan says, hi, Steve. And he says, Tiff, hi. Moggy's in. He says, morning, just checking in. Sorry, can't be with you today. It's fine. Just make sure you don't gloss the grandchild. Do not get them confused with the Bannisters.
Yeah.
Ivan says, hi, Gary. Ivan says, looking good, that, John.
Oh, he means me. Yeah, cool. Thanks.
Yeah. Not bad for your age. Jim says, good morning, Modman. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Why has that just jumped? Hang on a minute. Something's going on here. Oh, there we go. It jumps a lot. Yeah, Jim says, good morning, Modman. He also says, good morning to all in chat. Morning, Jim. Steve says, hi, Jim. How's the knee? Oh, has he got pneumonia? Ivan says, good morning, Jim, sir. And Jim says, and last but definitely not least, happy good morning to our two gracious hosts.
Oh, yeah.
And a happy good morning to you. Tiffany says, Monday, you are painting your tank. Yes.
Yeah.
It's now on the window.
Sherman.
Yeah. Ivan says, happy anniversary to your missus and yourself, Mikey. Thank you, Ivan. It's appreciated, man. Jim says, Steve's Gaming knee isn't going to get replaced for now. Ooh. Julian says, morning all, happy anniversary, Mikey. Hiya, John. Thank you, Julian.
Hi, Julian.
And thanks for the ad on Facebook, by the way. It's appreciated. Did you get one?
I'm not sure. I haven't been on Facebook.
Julian says, morning, Jim. Hi, Ivan. Jim says, happy anniversary to Mr. and Mrs. Connolly. Yes, thank you. 9 years today. Julian says, hi, Duke. Ivan says, Julian, good morning, mate. And Julian says, hi, Tiff. And Duke says, good day, Jim and Julian. Phil says, hi, all. Just popping in for a coffee break. Hello, Phil. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Duke says, good day, Phil. Tiffany says, nope, she's still being a bugger. Lots of energy after eating her breakfast. The cat, that is.
The cat.
Not Gary's grandchild.
No.
Gary says, precocious granddaughter arrives shortly. Yes, like I said, just make sure you don't paint her or wallpaper her to the wall or something.
Precocious. Strange name for a granddaughter, but okay.
Yeah. Big, funny name, though, wouldn't it? Be like someone out of the Addams family. Here is our daughter, Precocious. Cousin Precocious. Duke says, good day, Steve. Jim says, hello, Julian and Phil. Gary Evans in, he says, quick drop in, say hi for going for beer and wine shopping. Oh, behave. Very jealous.
Do it.
Just hurry up and get back to the UK. We miss you. Duke says, good day, Gary. I was thinking, actually, going back to that one, I was thinking about this morning, right? I'm spending my day with you, spending my wedding anniversary with you, and then going for a beer with having a beer with my wife later. It should be it's supposed to be the other way around. I'm supposed to spend my anniversary with my wife and go for a beer with my mates, not the other way around. So you go, that's special.
Yeah.
Duke says, your tour with the Sopwith Camel was awesome, John. Yes, it was.
Thank you, Duke.
Do you go on to John Channel's Scale Modeling Twins? He's put a couple of new videos up lately. One of them is a tour of the Sopwith Camel in Fighter World with a very detailed and interesting talk about it.
Just pointing out bits and bobs. Yeah, it's
interesting.
Yeah, I think so.
Now you just need a cameraman.
Yeah, the next one will be better quality because yeah, like that.
Julia says, morning, Gary, just in Albania. Albania, Gary. It's like the Stig, isn't it? Do you ever watch Top Gear?
Of course.
Yeah. It's like the Stig's Albanian cousin. Gary's Albanian cousin. Ivan says, hi, Phil. Tiffany says, a collective hello to everyone. Ivan says, Gary Waitrose, hi, mate. And Tiffany has put the link up to Scale Modeling Twins, so do go follow, like, subscribe. He's doing really well on there.
Thanks, Tiff.
You got plenty of subscribers now, haven't you? You don't need any more. Yeah. How many have you got now? 251 or something?
Well, I don't know.
Like that,
I don't think it'd be that many.
Yeah, it is. It's between 250 and 300.
Let's have a look.
Let's have a look. Whilst you do that, I'll finish this.
Okay.
Jim says, nice tour of the RR motor, a Rolls-Royce motor, and Sopwith Camel. Kind of dangerous airplane for the pilot.
Oh, yeah. You're not wrong.
Well, I think it's that instability that made it such a good fighter as well, wouldn't it?
That's what I read, yeah. Switch account. That one. Oh, 219 subscribers.
There you go. Yeah. Gary says, love that. Gary's Albanian cousin. Yes. It's not the real Gary Evans, it's his Albanian cousin. And Tiff says 219 subs. There we
thank
go.
you, Tiff.
You don't need to go looking yourself. You can just modmin it.
Yeah.
We don't have Google, we have Modmin.
Yeah. Well, and she's very good at it too. All right. I was down for a full house. I'm going to do some modelling now because, we're 15 minutes in already.
Yeah.
And that's why we're here.
Yes. Jim says, Gary Stuff, good morning, Gary. For your information, the Bears won their first game last Sunday.
Oh.
Cool. Were they playing Honey Heist or what? Ivan says, I found the room you recommended, Gary. Great it is too. Ooh. I'm not. Do we want to know what type of room this is?
The Rubber Room.
Ooh, has it got
50
swings and things in it?
50 Shades of Gary.
50 Shades of Gary. So we've got Gary's Albanian cousin and 50 Shades of Gary now.
Hmm.
That's scary. And then we have Gary who paints his grandchild. Julie says, remembers the Albanian national anthem, Albania, Albania. Not nearly as repressive as Romania. Easy to spell in Lithuania, Albania. Okay, not really their anthem.
That'd be a great anthem, though.
Yeah.
It'd make everyone smile while they sang it. Oh, so ridiculous.
Yeah, it would. It's better than singing to a person, though, isn't it?
No, I don't know. Quite like yours.
We have two. I'm in Wales.
Oh, yeah.
We have our own national anthem. Well, why have I just switched the comments off on my thing? I don't need comments off. Right. Crazy person. Yeah. The Welsh national anthem is all about how wonderful the Welsh culture is and things.
Okay. I can't remember the name.
It's all about saying like it's the land of the poets and the beautiful valleys and the land of castles and things.
No, I can't remember. Was it Land of My Fathers? I can't remember.
Huh?
I can't remember
Spell
the
it?
Welsh national anthem.
Oh, yeah, land of our fathers. Yeah.
Yeah. What's next? Ah, yes, exhaust.
I thought you were trying to say some dodgy Welsh word the way you pronounced it.
Maybe. Maybe it was.
You'll never know.
With my accent, you'll never know, no. All right.
Julian says, thank you, Mikey, for not singing that anthem. Lol. Yeah, I wouldn't got a copyright strike. I'd have just caused a diplomatic incident. Ivan says, never ask for directions in Wales. It takes 2 weeks to wash the phlegm out your hair. It does indeed.
That's right.
Especially if you go into the valleys because they've got no teeth. I'm joking,
long as
people in
you
the
never-
valleys. Just because you're inbred, we still love you.
It'd be like it's almost impossible to drive around Ireland because there's no road signs. They're all up in Irish pubs around the world.
Yeah. Julian says, Ivan quoting Blackadder at us. Yes. And Ivan says, lol. I think in Wales, north, mid, and south, it's like sort of friendly rivalry sort of thing. I think it's more north and mid against the south, but there's always a little sort of humour about the people who live in the valleys.
Yeah. All right. A spot of this. Oh, let's have a look at this. I think I might need to open up that hole a
I have
little
a
bit.
paintbrush. When painting, it is handy to have a paintbrush.
Oh,
Well, I didn't want to say anything, but
8.
Modman, can you have a look at when the first episode of the Whippet build was done?
Oh,
Because we did 12 episodes of the Whippet build and we did 12 episodes of this. But which, if we'd done it one a week, that would mean we'd now been doing 3 veterans for 6 months. Because 12 weeks is 3 months. But there's been a couple of times where we've done 2 episodes in 1 week. Oh, it's raining a lot here.
Oh, it was raining here today as well.
Ivan says, you ain't wrong, Julian. Hobby Time says, hi guys. Hello, Hobby Time. Welcome back. And Jim says, Julian Hall loved the anthem. Very memorable. Yes. Especially when you're at a rugby match.
Oh, yeah.
I think that and the hacker are the two most memorable parts of the rugby. Well, most memorable sort of spectacles at the rugby. Jimmy says, oi, my dad's from the valleys. He said there was a saying, if you can see the other side of the valley, it's about to rain. If you can't see the other side of the valley, it's already raining. Yeah, I remember doing adventure training in Capel. We were up on one of the mountains, and we could literally see the clouds literally rolling down the opposite mountain. It was so weird.
I'm just looking through my notes for a tip for.
So it started 5 months ago today, Tiff said.
5 months.
Yeah, so we've done 5 months. How have you guys put up with us for 5 months?
White sponge.
Ivan says, hi, Hobby. Hobby says, hi, Ivan. And Jim says, where would we be without your modmin? I know. She's awesome, our modmin, isn't she?
Oh, yeah.
We'd be lost without her. She's definitely earned a pack of hobnobs, which I believe is the standard currency.
Well, I believe it should be.
Yes. Oh, I went to Tesco's the other day, Tuesday, and Kay walked up the biscuit. I said, "Oh, do you want some of these Tim Tams?" They're like, "No, I really
No.
should. No, like diabetes, not good. I've got to stop snacking." May, June,
Well, you
July.
don't gotta, but it would be wise.
Yeah. Duke says, "You mean I've wasted? I mean, being entertained for 5 months."
Wasted.
Yeah, he's just been wasted for 5 months. That's why he's been watching. Not that we're saying you have a problem or anything, Duke.
All right.
Tiff says it started on the 11th of April. There we go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Julian says, Mikey, 5 months is one thing, but 9 years is something else. Innocent look. I know. I don't know how she's put up with me for that long. Saying that, John, we've probably known each other over a year, certainly.
Oh, it'd be over, yeah. I'm not sure.
It all blurs into one.
Red, brown, red, brown.
Jim says, do Wales and Scotland have their own currency, or do they use the British pound? They use the British pound, but you can get coins that are minted in them countries. So, well, actually, probably not minted in the countries, probably minted in England, but they have Welsh pound coins and Scottish pound coins and Scottish pound notes and £10 notes and stuff. So, yeah, I suppose they do have their own currency, but I know Scottish notes aren't generally accepted in England.
I don't understand. There's certain things about UK currency, how after a certain time, it's no longer accepted. You have to change like coins over for other coins and stuff? Is that a thing?
The notes get changed after so long because of the risk of fraud and things like that.
Oh, okay.
So they get taken out of circuit. So because each note has a code number on it.
Hmm.
After a while, it gets taken out of circulation and replaced. But with coins, I've had coins that have dated back to the 70s and 80s. Tiffany
Okay.
says Scotland uses GBP. Sorry, John?
Oh, I just said okay because I remember like going to a place over there and somebody saying no, that's not legal tender. I'm looking at it just going, "Oh, are you sure?" But, yeah.
Yeah. You can actually get, I think it's a £50 coin or £20 coin. And a lot of places won't take them, even though they are legal tender. They just won't take them because they can't guarantee, because they're so rare, you can't guarantee that they're genuine. Julian says, all the UK use the same currency, Jim. Yes. As much as some people would like it not to. Because they're crazy. Ivan says, the Scottish do, Jim. Duke says, I don't have a drinking problem. I drink, I fall over. That's not a problem. Julian says, no, Mike, the Royal Mint is in Wales. It's in Llantrisant. Ah. Didn't know that. I know, because I know it used to be in the Tower of London until the 1800s. Then they moved the Royal Mint to a bigger place just outside the Tower of London. So, yeah.
We've got a couple
Interesting.
of Note Printing Australia is in north of Melbourne, and the Coin Mint is in Canberra.
Yeah. I thought the notes were printed in your garage.
No, just new model kits are.
Ah. You're just saying that because you don't want the police knocking on your door.
Again. No, they're all down in Melbourne at the moment.
Aye. I just realised I'm not even in the middle of the bloody camera. Jim says, hi-oh.
Right.
Duke says, good day, Jim. He's off again. Duke says, one light beer, I can feel it. Two light beers, and anyone can feel it. Ivan says, I know the Scottish invented copper wire. Two jocks arguing over a penny piece.
Mm. Way too much.
I've just done the edges of the canopy with paint and a brush. No problems. That's not like me.
No,
Usually
it's not.
I can't usually keep my hands that steady.
Okay. All right.
Jim says, you're butter Duke because you're on a roll. Very good. Julian says, Duke, I know when I've had enough to drink. When dancing seems like a good idea, that's the point I stop. I usually tend to only have one drink. That's it. Duke says, "Hi, Mikey." Hello, Duke. It's not because I can't drink enough. Because like on my wedding day, I started drinking in the morning. I didn't finish till the following morning. It's just I don't particularly like the feeling of being tipsy.
Okay.
So one's just enough to help me relax. Steve says, "These are both looking so cool. Great job, guys. Thank you, Steve.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it." Ivan says, "The AK pens are good for doing canopy, Mikey." Yes, I imagine they are. The thing is, I wanted it to be the same colour as I've done the rest of the aircraft, so it's better to do that in the same paint. Ooh. I need to paint that bit. Yeah, best way to get it to match the rest of the aircraft is to paint it in the same paint. There you go. That looks all right. Now, the question is, do I put the aerial on? What do you reckon, John?
Aerial is in what? You've got the mast on?
Well, look, I've got the mast on. It's whether I put some wire on for the aerial.
No, you don't. So by the stage that these Spitfires came along, they changed the radio set. It's only the very early ones that had a wire going from
So it's
the
just an
mast
antenna.
to the tail. Yes.
Cool. Yeah. So John knows this, but I was working the other day. I was working on the thumbnail for the next build. Do people want to see it? Since you're all kind enough to join us today.
Just assume that's a yes.
Yeah, let's assume that's a yes. I shall dig it out now. I will show you what to look for next week. Come on, load up. There you go. Okay. So, share screen. Okay, are you ready?
Sure am.
In fact, what I'll do is I'll put that full screen.
Yeah, that's classy.
There you go. So that's going to be the thumbnail for next build. Let me know what you think. I know you like it, John, because you've already seen it.
Yeah, it's cool. Totally based on imaginary place because it's got blue sky in the background and that's nowhere in the UK.
Oh, what's going on? Right. On a spot like that one. What's going on? Crazy. There you go. Yeah. I like the fact these characters work so well that you can just put them into loads of different scenarios. And it still works. Yeah. I like that one. Not too much writing, I don't think.
No.
screen.
A terrain.
Yes. Speaking of which, I got 2 books yesterday. 2 more books. I already have 3 bookshelves full of books. But I got that one. Oh, best not to have my Spitfire underneath a big heavy book. There you go. I got that one. And the locomotive you're doing is in this book.
Is it? Fighter
Yes.
pilot.
I shall. Yep. Missenden. I'll try and find it again. Gary's in it as well. Gary's train.
Oh.
Biggin Hill. So Manston. Okay, so it's just before Spitfire, Hurricane, Fighter Command. '73 Squadron 25. There's Biggin Hill that Gary's doing. Or that Gary will be doing. So that's Biggin Hill there.
And you're doing 92 Squadron, correct?
96 Squadron.
96.
Yeah. And there's Biggin Hill in the sheds. And then Fighter Pilot. There's Fighter Pilot there.
Right.
There you go. There's Fighter Pilot. Which is the train John will be making. Yeah. Fighter Pilot and then Biggin Hill. I think, yeah. Croydon. Yeah, there's Biggin Hill. And I think there's another picture of it as well. Yeah, them ones on this page. It's a pretty cool looking train, I think. There you go.
Yeah. I dropped into my local shop today, had a look at a couple of things, and they had a Hornby one in the cabinet, so I asked to have a look at it.
Yeah. Oh, I got nice.
Yeah. So took a photo of all the writing on the side of the box and a top view of the model, so I can get what colours are what, and that sort of thing. So that'll help.
Yeah, not cheap, those models. And I also got this book as well.
How steam locomotives really work.
Yeah. So it's all the history, the science, and stuff behind them, behind how all the different parts of a steam locomotive work. It's got all technical drawings and diagrams and all sorts, and photos of different components and things. So it should be interesting.
Actually, I'd read that. Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't up there either, I think it was only about £10. It's 340 odd pages.
Oh.
There you go. Something for you to look at.
So,
If you
as
like reading.
another learning point, I'll just read out a thing. I was reading a book the other day. We have, well, my father-in-law has. It's a four-volume set on the history of the Royal Australian Air Force in World War II. I think it's about 15 volumes on the Army and probably about 7 volumes on the Navy, and three
Yeah.
on the public service, which is, so it's got all aspects of the Australian government. Anyway, so what I found is this. Gary Evans asked about the Australian roundels and when they changed from being, well, as you see it here, well, certainly on the side of the Spitfire,
Yeah.
to how they actually was just a thumbnail from YouTube, but yeah, that. So the roundel in the background behind that guy's head. So
Which
here's
one? Behind that glowing mop of hair.
yeah, behind Steve Martin. So 1942, 26th, there was a raid on an incident. One of these raids led to the deletion of the red circle and the roundels of all RAAF aircraft. Returning from the attack on 26th of July, I believe it was. One of 11 squadron's aircraft, captained by Flying Officer Seymour, came into a light on Havana Harbour at Efate in Noumea. Ground control at Noumea Base had reported the Catalina as an unidentified aircraft, and the pilot of an American Navy Grumman Wildcat fighter was ordered to investigate. The red circles on the Catalina's wings were so distinct that the American pilot mistook them for Japanese markings, and all too promptly attacked. The fuel tanks and the port aileron on the Catalina were damaged by the Wildcat's gunfire, and 2 bullets passed through the main crew compartment, one of them very close behind the head of the second pilot, Sergeant Bramwell. Seymour held the Catalina steady on its glide and brought it down safely onto the harbour. After the damage had been temporarily patched, Seymour flew his aircraft to Noumea, where mechanics from the American tender Curtis made effective repairs as an apology.
I'm right, they
So
should.
there you go. And of course, the Red stayed away from Australian roundels until after the surrender of the Japanese. And then, we brought it back straight after that.
Oh. But to be fair, you'd have thought they'd have thought of that. The main people they were fighting were the Japanese who had big red circles on their wings. The last thing you want to put on your wing is a big red circle.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Military common sense. Great, isn't it? Blackwash. Ivan says, great wood effect on the barrels, John. Jim said, instead of bombs to show how many missions you've flown, use beer barrels stickers. Or pints of beer. Duke says, yes. Steve says, yes. Julian says, Ivan, JPL Models has done 2 tutorials on wood and leather effects. Ooh, nice. Steve says, superb. Thank you.
Superb. Ooh, training here again. All right. So what I'm doing here, this is AK panel liner, and there's different ones. So it's worn off, but that's for brown and green. I've got another one there for blue and grey. There's another one for white, another one for black, another one for some other colour. So I just follow all the panel lines, and then after it dries, with a bit of thinners, I take it all off again. So it does wick around, but yeah. It's one of the things I meant to grab from the shop today was another thin brush. So this is way too thick. Usually I just sort of do a pin wash and just stipple it onto the panels.
Capillary reaction.
It's just too big. Yeah, but it's just too big for that. So I'll just smear it everywhere and then wipe it off.
Yeah. I think that thumbnail should stand out because I was looking at the video lists and stuff recommendations the other day. And one thing I noticed is that a lot of the thumbnails are quite dark, and then when the ones for this channel came up, they were like really bright, so they stood out.
Okay.
So yeah, because all the bright colours and everything, they stand out, which is good. Ivan says, "Very good, Mikey." Thank you, Ivan. Tiffany says, that's pretty awesome, Mikey. Thank you, Tiff. You have to say that because I'm the boss. I'm only joking, I'm not. Apart from it. Ivan says, thank you, Julian. Julian says, lovely job, Mikey. Thank you, Julian. Jim says, excellent. All aboard the Empire Express. Squarish says, morning. Good morning, James. Nice to have you with us. Hope work's quite quiet for you today. Ivan says, hi, Square. Welcome, mate. Oh, that reminds me, actually, before I go any further. James, is Candela Obscura still on this weekend? I hope so, because I've missed it. Steve says, I'm currently 3D printing some storage bins to keep all my Lego clone bits in. Figured it would be a good idea. Yes, sounds like a good idea to me. Junior says, I get it. Wales, dragon, England, lion, kangaroo, Australia. Yes, I'm slow on the uptake. Scotland's national animal is apparently a unicorn. Yes, it is. I still maintain that dragons are real.
Oh, no. Illawarra dragons.
Okay, a load of stuff in the kitchen's just fallen by the sound of it. No, never mind. Creepy thing is, I'm the only one down here. Okay, something's definitely happening in the kitchen. 2 seconds.
Oh, yep, sure.
I'm pretty sure I didn't hear
Fortunately,
cake
I have
come
an
down.
alibi. Okay.
Yeah, it was Kaylee. She's got up and I didn't hear her come downstairs.
Okay.
Duke says Mike and Gary will have to do theirs in black and white. Apparently, actually, that's not a bad idea. Jim says that second book would intrigue my late brother. He was mechanically inclined. Yeah, it is interesting. I think it's gonna be a long read because it's not. It's quite a technical book.
Yeah, but there's no exam at the end. You could just put it down when you want to.
It'll be interesting. I do like reading about steam engines. Jim says, good idea, Steve. Ooh, don't want to knock this over. Jim says, good morning, Squarish. Duke says people driving in all black and white movies took their lives in their hands. They couldn't see the right colours on traffic lights. Ahem. I'll get my quote. He's not wrong, though.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Duke said the British pilots in World War One didn't want to have an X on the side of their plane. They thought that it might help the Germans target them. Yeah. So instead, they put a big circle that looked like a target. Because they're that much of a genius. Very brave.
Okay.
Jim says, John, have you tried Flory Thick Clay base washes? I have a couple and they work great.
It's not available in Australia. and they weren't selling any at Telford, so no. I have got another brand, the Ultimate Wash, but it's light dirt, not dark dirt. And I don't know, I think it'd be the wrong colour. I did use it on a Jaguar, but I've been criticised for it saying it looks crap. Oh well.
Someone criticised your work.
Yeah, well, they could do that.
Bastards. How dare they?
He was right.
You're not supposed to agree with them, John. Square says, yes, still good for this Saturday. Spent last night sorting out the stats for the pistol you grabbed last session. Yes. My holy handgun.
Your
That should
holy
be awesome.
handgun.
Yes.
Really?
I would explain, but I think you should listen to the episodes on James's channel. The Crimson Weasel. He's only done the first episode at the minute, but so good. So good to listen to.
Okay.
So yeah, in fact, if Modman could put it up, if you like stuff like short stories and things like that, short audio stories, do head over to James's channel, The Crimson Weasel. We play on a Saturday, we play Candela Obscura, which is a role-playing game. And what he's doing is he's using what happens in those sessions as the storyline, basically. So all the stuff we say and do and things like that, he's retelling in his own way, and it's very good because he has all the sound effects and things like that. I really enjoy it. So like I said before, I'm actually one of the characters, and so I know what happens. But I also sit there like, oh, what's going to happen next when I'm listening to it? Because whilst it's based on what happens, some of the words are slightly different, and obviously you got the sound effects and stuff like that. So I was just like, what's going to happen next? June says, Mikey, the way idiots seep into your life. Capillary action. Yes. The inevitable response to that is a slap capillary reaction. The way I react is just ignore them. Just go, yes. Okay. Jim says, Julian and Duke can be our version of Peter Cook and Dudley Moore. I have no idea who Peter Cook is. Can someone older than me explain? John, who's Peter Cook? John? Has he died? Julian says, laugh out loud, Jim. Duke says, good one, Julian. Ha ha ha. Tiff's put the link up to James's channel, Squarish is channel, The Crimson Weasel. Do go and check it out and make sure you subscribe. Encourage him to do more. Julian says, I would bow Duke, but I'd headbutt the desk. Squarish says, much appreciated, Mikey and Tiff. Only a small channel for now. Well, hopefully we can help that grow, mate, because the effort you've put into that deserves it. And to be fair, we do have some pretty cool adventures. I think, anyway. Do, 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 do. So Duke has said you'll have to YouTube Peter Cook and Dudley Moore. Can you explain it, John?
Well, it's two friends just trying to make each other laugh by being as obnoxious as they can, and just relaying stories and all that stuff like that. And it is hilarious, but yeah, it's yeah. It's it's schoolboy humor, but it's very funny. Just a little bit sweary.
One of the TV shows I like is called Still Game. It's basically about a group of Scottish pensioners that are always getting into trouble and things. And it's about it's supposed to be like their day-to-day life. And it's quite funny.
Okay, I have not heard of it.
Well, on the first episode, one of the guys he wants to move from the flat he's in to the block of flats where his best friend lives. And they find out that his best friend's neighbour's passed away.
Hmm.
And they decide to go and have a look at the flat by going to the wake. And they're stood in the middle of the wake with a tape measure measuring the rooms over the coffin and everything.
Oh, wow.
And then his friend, Victor, it's like, Jack, stop that. He's like, what matter? He said, this room's very small, Victor. He went, well, it'd be even bigger if this wasn't in the middle of the room. And when Jack turns around, the coffin's there with the body. I'm like, oh, really sorry. And he says, Victor, let's go and measure the bathroom. So they go into the bathroom and they're talking. And Victor's sat, he's got the toilet seat lid down. And he's just sat talking to Jack. He's not actually on the toilet, he's just sat on the lid. But the vicar walks in, he opens the door, and Jack stood there, and Victor sat in front of him talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all sorts of daft mishaps and things like that. I think you'd enjoy it.
Well, what did you say it was called?
Still Game.
Still Game.
Yeah. Ooh, this is looking really good with a nice wash on it. I like it. I mean, I'm not even able to get rid of all the wash, but...
No, you don't need to.
Yeah. It just looks like streaky grime.
Yes.
Duke says, don't bow yet, Julian. We have another hour to go. We do. Next. Jim says, a British comedy team from the 1970s. That's why I don't know what they are. Because in the 70s, my dad wasn't even a teenager. Was he?
So
He'd have been 16 by the end of the 70s.
The bishop in Princess Bride, amongst other things, if you've seen that.
Okay.
Marriage.
What's that?
Marriage is what brings us here today.
Steve says, I don't remember Cook and Moore being sweary in the least. They do. Well, a bit of swearing's fine. I don't see why people have such a problem with it, to be honest.
Well, it really depends on there's a time and place.
Exactly. As long as you're not swearing all the time for no reason, it has to make sense. It's about using it as a replacement for a word rather than just using it because you can use it. If that makes sense. Like, the Americans it never sounds right when the Americans swear. To me, it never sounds right. It always sounds a bit weird. A bit forced. Whereas when the British swear, it tends to be like an incidental replacement for a word. So it makes more sense. It doesn't sound forced. I did actually have someone comment on one of my videos complaining about swearing because I put, not because I swore in the video, but because I put a swear word on the screen. They said if something like swearing is a sign of low intelligence. If you learn more words, then you wouldn't feel the need to swear so much. I was like, I put it in there on purpose. Ooh.
Well, I laughed out loud.
Yeah. I put it in there on purpose because it was part of a joke between me and some of my friends. Not because I have low intelligence. I mean, that's probably a factor, but yeah, it's not for him to say. He didn't know me. Ivan says they ended up hating each other, usually over Peter Cook's alcoholism.
Yeah, he did have a problem. Mind you, Dudley Moore liked a good drink as well, so you know.
Was it a Dukey size problem?
Have you heard of a movie called 10 with Bo Derek from the 70s, probably 80s?
No.
Probably not. No. Well, he's in that. Like you'd know him. He's a wonderful. Don't take this the wrong way. Pianist. He's like an
Yeah.
absolutely talented guy. Funny as well.
Oh, I'll tell you what I've been listening to whilst been modelling. If you look on my playlists, I've got different playlists like music that help me to relax while I'm modelling and things. Some of it's classical music, some of it's called relaxing music stuff. And in the relaxing music one, I put it in the other day. It's all the Linkin Park songs played on piano.
Okay.
And it is so good. It is so relaxing. I love piano music. Oh, I love all classical music, to be honest. Jim says, Chef Ivan. Albert and Costello rarely got along with one another off camera.
Oh, is that
That
right?
seems to happen quite a lot.
Boom, boom.
Jim says, another hour. I need more coffee. So do I.
That's what I'm having at the moment. What the Kiwis would call a sungle fun.
Ah.
Reading the blurb, more refreshing than a full face of Freo Doctor. We brew this beer with sun-drenched summer days in mind. Light-bodied with chock full of aromatic Galaxy and Enigma hops. Big tropical fruit bowl aroma is balanced by a subtle bitterness and a clean finish, unfiltered for flavour and freshness.
Are you trying to make that sound sexy?
Well, was it more like
It
like an ad on television or whatever? You know. Oh, how good is this? Sports bet.
Julian says, laugh out loud, Jim. Ivan says, you're not wrong, Jim. Swear says, time for me to head back into the office. We'll have to catch up on the rest of the stream later. All right, mate.
No
Have
dramas.
fun in work. Don't work too hard.
Yeah,
you love
thanks
it.
for stopping by.
Yeah. So, yeah. Part of the reason why James's videos, audio sort of videos, are really good is because his actual job is he does cinematography.
Oh, very good.
That's his career, and he spent um, part or last half, most of his army career as a photographer with the army. So he does stuff like he does some wedding video stuff, but he also does publicity films and things like that for sporting events and things, which is pretty cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Jim Olscott says a very funny film about two old time comedians. It's Sunshine Boys. Yeah, it's, Still Game's pretty similar to that, I think. Squarish says swearing used right is a form of vocal punctuation. It is indeed. When it's used correctly, it sounds fine.
Yeah.
Problem is, people are very easily offended by everything these days.
Yeah. Well, I'm offended by them being offended.
Yeah. Ivan says the Aussies and the Poms use swearing in humour. Yes, we do.
Cano.
And this is the thing: we use it in jest. We don't use. We don't tend to use it aggressive. Well,
Oh,
we do, but you can. The way we do it, you can tell when it's meant aggressively. I was watching an interesting YouTube video the other day by an American woman that's moved to the UK, and she was explaining the difference in the way Americans and British or certainly America uses language in a different way to the rest of the world. A lot of, or most of the rest of the world, in that Americans they don't they say what they mean all the time, whereas the British and a lot of other countries don't. So, it's hard. My brain's not working. So we might say, "Oh, do us a favor, go and check the window. Go and check the window upstairs. It's shut." But in America, they would say, "Go and shut the window." Stuff like that. There's no room for misinterpretation with the Americans.
Yeah. Well,
She explains it a lot better.
I guess.
Yeah.
Because all I understood from that is apparently they're eating cats in Springfield.
What?
What? That's what I thought. Oh, you hadn't heard? Oh well, let's not get political.
Drew says 10 was a funny movie.
Yeah. Was.
Back in there.
Now.
Julian says, my response to comments claiming swearing is low intelligence would be, in that case, kindly go forth and multiply. In other words, fuck off. And I have a postgraduate degree. There we go. See, I don't have a degree, but I'm not an idiot either. At least I don't think so. Could be. Ivan says, have you heard about Albert and Costello's Who's on First Base? Fantastic comedy. It's coming all right. 10. Jim says 10 was Blake Edwards' film. He was a brilliant comedy writer. Was he? Was he indeed? Jim says, Chef, those ANC comedy routines take me back to our childhood. Oh, sorry. Good stuff. That's not a reflection of the conversation. That is just me being tired. Jim says, I was told more than once the British have a gift for understating things. Yes. We do have a habit of doing that. Which I think is an understatement within itself. Junior says, I find the offended on behalf of Brigade offensive. If I'm going to be offended, I will. I don't need others to act offended on my behalf.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I don't get offended anyway. I don't care enough to be offended. I don't understand why people feel the need to take offense to everything. To be honest. If you don't like it, you just walk away. You don't stand there whinging about it.
Oh! Sorry, I opened a drawer.
What have you done?
Oh, well, I'm getting paint out of a cupboard drawer, but the drawer beneath it opened as well, so I started toppling, but I caught it. It's okay.
Ooh, lucky. Jim says, took me a few years to understand that sod off meant the F word. Yes. It's the polite version. Bog off as well. Or bob off, as my granddad says.
Bob off?
Yeah, my granddad says bob off. Because my granddad doesn't swear very often.
Oh, is that right?
He says bob off. Julian says, by the way, you're right, Mikey. Qualifications are not necessarily a mark of intelligence. Absolutely, totally agree. And I can prove that because I went to do some building work at Exeter University because I helped working with an electrician at the time. And the amount of university students that just walked in front of
Have you frozen? Yeah. Where's... Oh, there it is. Looking for my little mixing palette. Oh, got another clean one somewhere. I'm not sure where I've put it, but this will do.
Yeah. So how far did I get in my little rant?
You mentioned people walk in front of it.
Yeah. Driving around next to university and students just walk in front of the cars. It's like, really? This is the future of our country. They can't even cross the road without nearly killing themselves.
Yeah. I loved receiving an advanced diploma in the mail one day and not spending, the most amount of time I spent on university campuses is wiring up the internet at Monash University back in the early 90s. But the universities must be closed in Melbourne these days because everyone's protesting, punching police horses and stuff instead.
Yeah. I never went to university. I did do City and Guilds, though. I managed to do 4 of them in the space of 4 months. That's not bad. Considering each one's supposed to take 12 months. Yeah. I only didn't because I was bored. Before going off to the Falkland Islands. Very jolly. Jim says, I love the term spot of bother. Yeah. Duke says Iron, but third base. I don't know. Yeah. Secrets of past para history. Hello, welcome back. Says good morning, bearded veteran, co-host, and chat. Yes. You have met Secrets, haven't you? You met him on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delightful company from Canada.
Yeah.
From Windsor, Ontario, from memory.
Yes. He is indeed.
My wife spent 3 months there one day.
What?
She was a Lions Club exchange student. So she lived in not Windsor, but close to. I'm trying to remember where it was. Just up the road from there. Area with lots of not Amish. I can't remember. Mennonites. Much the same thing.
Yeah, but how did she spend a few months there one day?
It's a play on words. It's lyrics. Okay, it's lyrics from a John Denver song.
It's one of John's little idiosyncrasies. He comes up with random sayings.
Yeah.
Ivan says political correction has gone far too far. Far. Yes, it has. Julian says sod off is a more pleasant, polite way of saying please F off, as opposed to just F off. Yeah, same as bob off and sod off. Do one. I used to know someone who used to say 0121 to people.
Oh, say what? Sorry.
0121. 0121. Go and fucking do one.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually to the police, which isn't a good idea. Jim says John Cleese wrote. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I'm saying I'm doing a lot of streaking under the middle there because I'm basically trying to replicate a photo of the oil staining on a Spitfire.
Yeah.
So it looks grubby as all get out because it is.
I'm just not very good with weathering, so.
No, neither am I.
You're better than me. I can kind of weather a tank, but planes I'm not used to doing. So I'm just sort of mucking up the plane at the minute.
Yeah.
There you go. Focus, you stupid thing.
I'm trying, Mikey.
Come on, camera. You got this. There you go. I'm sort of dirtying up the wings. But there we go. It's not supposed to look pristine. So I'll move the camera over this way so you can see what I'm doing. Because I'm leaning to my left more. Jim says John Cleese wrote this book, his thoughts on PC in his book. So anyway, it was not complimentary towards it.
No.
Yeah. So it's just daft, isn't it? Ivan says, who's on first base, Duke? And Ivan says, high secret. So it's really cool that we're getting new people in. It's nice.
Yeah, sure is.
And we certainly appreciate your company. Yeah, I'm not sure if I could put up with John for 2 hours on my own. As much as I love the guy.
Yeah, same here.
Yes, I kill you last. Come on, get in there. There you go. Julie says, Mikey, walking from moving cars is natural selection in action. Sadly, Darwin was misheard. Nowadays, it's survival of the thickest. Yes, it certainly seems that way. People react on emotions far too much nowadays. Secret says, hey, chef, 888. Might have done that a little bit too soon. Ivan says, "Indeed, Jim. I have not long read it." Yeah. I think one of the worst things that PC sort of culture has brought in is it's got rid of proper, decent comedy. And I don't like that. Because when they always come for the comedians first. Because when the comedians are afraid to speak it, everyone's afraid to speak. And it's not good for democracy and things. Because
Yeah,
comedians
you're
should
right.
be allowed to criticize things, same as everyone else.
Well, if you can't laugh at yourselves,
Exactly.
just like, I imagine, well, Tehran would have a pretty good sort of like nightlife culture with comedy clubs, wouldn't they? And hello to all our friends in landlocked countries like Afghanistan.
Jim says tanks get filthy, airplanes dirty. Yeah. Problem is, I don't know when a plane's overdone it with dirt. So I just keep going until I think, yeah.
Yep. There's just going to be lots of arguments on people on lines, saying, a crew chief would never let a plane fly if it was dirty or whatever. And my view is, well, having been a crew chief, there's a difference between technical airworthiness and cleanliness.
Yes.
But,
They don't wash the jets every day.
no. But we wash them more often than modelers would think.
Yes.
Like within, every, 40 days for an F-35.
Yeah. Unless they're at sea.
60 days for a C-130.
So I imagine they do get pretty grubby then.
Oh, well, it really depends where you park them or land them. F-35s, by their very nature, don't land in places like, that look like this.
Yeah. They don't tend to land in fields and things.
No, well, not if they can help it.
Unless, of course, they're... wasn't there one recently that had to land in... Oh, no, it was a helicopter, that wasn't it? Just Chinook or something.
Not sure. Okay, I think I might give this a blat with... Well, it's still wet, though. It's still very glossy. And some of that is the thinners. But I want to give it an all-over matte coat so I can take off the masking of the canopy. Tell you what, I think I'll just take off the masking of the canopy anyway. How long we got left? 35 minutes. Oh, he's frozen again. Either that or he's concentrating detailing one little part of the wing. Maybe he's doing that. Oh, there he is.
Yes, I'm here. Just about.
Oh no. Oh no, I've knocked off the pedo probe. Oh dear. Let's knock that back on again then.
I think it's about make sure you weather in the right direction as well. Because it's going to look odd if you have dirt that's flowing across the wing rather than from the leading edge to the trailing edge.
Yeah.
Junie says, "Oh, that was the other word I made up. Idiosyncrasy. Oh, idiotsyncrasy. The behavior and habits of the total fool."
That's a good word.
I like it. Duke says, "What's on second?" I have no idea what you're talking about. Junie says, "PC, I was apparently vertically challenged and physically challenged." I replied, "F off, I'm disabled short ass." I was always told that I was, I am like, but I was always told that I was fat and things like that. And I was like, when I was a kid, it bothered me, and I was like, yeah, and what's your point?
All right.
At least I got the intelligence to keep my mouth shut. Secret says this cancel culture needs to go. We need culture and history, just in my opinion. I agree with you.
Well,
You won't find any arguments from me on this channel when it comes to that.
yeah, so, I'll keep going with the comments.
Yeah, next. June says BBL, care arrived. All right, buddy.
Oh, cheers, Julian.
Still think it's funny that I got a friend request and you didn't.
I don't know. I'd have to look it up. Yeah, but you're the
Jim
nice
says
guy.
weathering airplanes is an art form. I'm just starting to get better at. Subtly is the best approach. Yeah, little and build it up. Secret says, does the UK still use the Wessex helicopters? No. They're decades out of date.
Mm.
I don't think we've used them since the, early 90s, mid 90s?
Yeah, I remember I worked on one and did not enjoy it.
Closest I got to working on one was a scale. Was made by Revel. Ivan says, well, folk, it's time for my Mr. Insulin and myself to get to do our thing. Thank you all for a great morning. Bye all, TTFN. See you later, Ivan.
Cheers, Ivan.
Thanks for joining us, buddy.
All right. I am going to move.
I'm actually quite enjoying doing this weathering.
I'm going to move my
you
computer over to the spray booth. So I'll have to unplug a couple of things. I'll probably unplug the wrong thing. We'll see how that goes.
Well, we can always let you back in if we feel it. Tim says always go with the airflow. Kind of makes aircraft weathering easier. Yeah.
Oh crap! There we go. Okay. So this is all just to get to the spray booth, so I can put the matte coat on. Is that spray booth too loud? Is that annoying?
It's not annoying, but we can hear it, which is unusual. Oh, we can't now.
Yeah, I'll turn it off.
There we go.
I'll mute myself in a moment. Just give me a sec. I'll set up. Gloss varnish, matte varnish.
Jim says, see you, chef. Take care, mate. We are getting a really nice little community on it. I was thinking about that before because I got a message off Kieran on Discord actually apologising for not being able to make the live stream today.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, that's cool, but
people actually care enough. It's kind of lovely. You know what I mean?
I don't think other people have seen these. I think, okay, so moving the camera, my thing around. You've probably seen that in the background. So that's a Herc Explore Afghanistan. These are posters from an Australian called Retro Pilot. There's a C-17 Loadmaster. So Fly Coastal, P3 Orion. This is Fly F-35 Lightning II and Earn Your Stripes, Flight 2 OCU. It's probably a bit hard to see with the glare. But yeah, that's one of each of the aircraft types that I worked on in my career.
Nice. You don't do posters for army vehicles. Although I wouldn't mind a picture of a Foden, because I worked on them quite a lot.
Myself for a minute while I spray this, so apologies.
Oh, a Land Rover picture, now that would be nice. So I worked on quite a lot of vehicles, especially when I was in Iraq and things. But two of the vehicles I worked on most, because I was in a recovery company, was Land Rovers and Foden recovery trucks. And especially during the daytime, that's pretty much all I worked on when I wasn't on tour. Was doing Fodens, and doing an engine replacement in a Foden is a lot of fun. Especially when you're inside a small hangar and you've got the only way you can get the engine out is by using the crane of another Foden. And you've got to try and sort of maneuver the crane between the rafters and things like that. It's a nice, interesting challenge. Duke says, what's your varnish of choice, John? If you can hear
really depends. So I have various stuff. When I'm doing a gloss coat, I've been trying different things. So I have used the Vallejo little bottles there, either diluted with airbrush thinners or not. I've tried this. It's an intermediate gauzy agent by. It's a shine enhancer by AK. What's the one? There's one that I like, but yeah. So there's a Vallejo one which again I don't like because it's Vallejo. Looking for it now. Oh, this one. So polyurethane gloss varnish. It goes down really well, but you cannot then put tape on it or whatever because it'll come off like skin after a day on the beach in, let's say, I don't know, Spain for all the
it.
British people out there, whatever that's like. And yeah, so they go down well, but then they lift. So yeah, for a matte coat, I tend to go for the Vallejo stuff because it's just a nice even coat and just sort of dulls it down. So we're getting there. It's coming up the home stretch. This is the last bit, I think. How long do we have? Oh yeah, 25 minutes. Should
No, we'll
make.
go longer. If you need a bit longer, we can do a bit longer.
No, I don't. No, it's fine. But no, I don't. I haven't really found a gloss that I'm. Oh no, I am happy with. Oh, there goes my O-ring. Oh, no, it's for the back of the airbrush, the thing that covers over the.
Yeah, okay. I'll believe you.
And yeah, the one that was really hard to get hold of was just a standard X22, the Tamiya stuff. That's really nice. But it was like hen's teeth here for a while. I mean, yeah, like the local stores aren't too good at getting enough stock of the really popular stuff. It just comes and goes. It's like thinners. What is called on certain podcasts unicorn tears, which is that Mr. Colour's leveling thinner. Very hard to find in Australia at the moment. But it works so much better than their regular blue stuff.
Yeah.
Anywho, I'll get this done. Sorry, I'm going quiet again, but I'm listening.
It's all right. They've just gone off to listen to me prattling on. Jim says, it's modelling communities like this that invigorate and inspire my love for scale modelling because I can share with others that follow the hobby. You can indeed. I enjoy it. I don't know about John when he keeps turning up, but so you must have some feelings towards it. Ooh, starting to like this. It's looking good. Jim says, for me, Hitaka clear flat lacquer works the best, mix it properly, and it never fails. Never used it, to be honest. I've only ever used Vallejo. I just have different, the matte, satin, and gloss Vallejos. And they do the job for me. The trick is knowing which one to use and when. Jim says, lacquer-based clear varnishes work best because they offer a bulletproof coat over which you can apply all kinds of weathering fluids and pigments. Yes. Indeed. I don't think I've even got any. Secrets says, this week I'll be taking a look at my local hobby shop, so thank you, Bearded Veteran and co-host. Oh, you're welcome, mate. Send us some photos. We like seeing the bricks and mortar shops. We like seeing around them and things like that. Oh, my lovely wife's just come in. Hello. Hello, lovely wife. Would you like to come say hello to them? You wouldn't be on camera.
No.
Okay. Happy anniversary. Everyone said happy anniversary to you.
Thank you.
She says thank you, everyone. Yeah. So we do like seeing pictures of bricks and mortar because it's interesting how, well, I find it interesting anyway, how people have them set up and things like that. Because no two bricks and mortar shops look the same. I've found. It's like by us, we've got Chester scale models or something like that, and that's quite a commercial type shop. So it looks like imagine if WH Smith's opened a scale modeling shop. That's kind of what it's like.
Right.
But then you got my favorite one, which is called Battle Games, and it's in oh my word. I can't remember where it is now.
Is that down the
I
road
know how
from?
to get there. I just can't remember what the place is called. But it's just outside Broughton by Chester. And it's only small, but it's so cool in there. Because it's all because obviously it's called Battle Games. It's all mostly wargaming stuff. But they have like a section that's what they call attic finds.
Oh.
And it's just all random kits. Like scale modeling kits and stuff. So you never know what you're going to go in there and find. I love that. And the staff are so friendly. And I went in the first time I went in there. The guy behind the counter kept looking at me. I was like, "What the hell?" I was looking at the models, I was talking to him, and he said, "What was it? Oh, he said you look really familiar." I went, "Do I?" So I've not been here before. So I've got a YouTube channel. And he went, "Are you Bearded Veteran?" I went, "Yeah." And he went, "Yeah, I watch your videos." I was like, "Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
Thanks."
Yeah.
They were lovely. I need to go back there, see what they've got in.
So
And a
you
really
know, I
good
was down
game.
my brick and mortar hobby store earlier today, and and the guy behind the counter kept looking at me and looked up, and he's still looking. And eventually, he said, "Look, can you get some clothes on?" So I did.
I like that. It's funny. Not the idea of you without your clothes on, but Kay's just walked in on that and she just looked at me very strangely now. Jim says, "Good for you, Parrot," and he also says, "Hello, Kaylee."
Hi.
She says, "Hi, Jim." Secret says, "Sure, they will have a model of the Bismarck and the Titanic." But I've actually got a Titanic set, the Revel gift set, which has got the 1/700 in and the 1/1200. I think it's 1/700. Could be. But yeah, it's a decent size. It's like 30 centimeters.
Titanic.
Yeah. The model kit, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not the real Titanic. I know where you were going with that, John.
No. No, it wasn't. No, I was just differentiating between the Bismarck and Titanic. Which one he's referring to. I've built not many plastic ships, but the Bismarck is one of them.
I've never built a plastic ship, which is why I got the Titanic set. Plus the fact that it was cheap. I just dropped my Spitfire, and it landed perfect.
All right.
That landed on its wheels with no damage.
No damage.
Yeah. Sweet. I've made a really good plane.
Now, plug these bad boys back in.
Yeah.
There we are. Swing.
I'm liking this. It's taking some of the shine out of it.
I should think.
Tiffany says, I'm building the Bismarck now secrets in 1/1200 scale. She is indeed, and it's looking good.
Focus. There we go. All right.
What are you showing us, John? Hey.
Well, nothing yet. I'm just seeing how the matte coat sort of worked. It has dulled it down quite a lot. You see the insignia isn't reflecting anywhere near as much light now, so that's nice.
Yeah.
It's looking good. I think I will.
Secret says, nice, Tiffany. She's doing a very nice job of it. Jim says, my respects, Tiff. That seems a mammoth project.
I've got the not Titanic. I've got the Bismarck in the cupboard. Does anybody want to have a look at that?
Yeah, why not? Go for it, man.
All right. Back in that.
Secret says the Bismarck was a remarkable ship, and so was the Titanic. Yes, they're both very impressive for their time. Jim says, my apologies, Tiff. I misread the number. 1/1200 scale, not 1/200. Yeah, that would be huge. She'd need like an entire house just to house that thing. Tiffany says, me and AD are supposed to be doing a buddy build, making it into the Olympic. Just waiting for him to have free time to start it. Maybe do it as live on my channel once I have enough subs. Yes. Do go and subscribe to Dark Side Models, Scale Modeling. She needs more subs so she can do live streams. Don't know how many subs she's got at the minute, but yeah. Do go and check her out. She is our modmin and she deserves our support. She does a sterling job. Next. Jim says, still, you have my respects, Tiffany. 1/1200 is too small to see for my eyeballs. Ooh, I could do that's what I could do for my next personal one. I could do the Titanic.
Oh, he's frozen again. I'll take this opportunity then. So Bismarck. So this is the let's change camera. Not camera. The view. This is Tamiya's 1-350 scale.
Nice.
Yeah, it's come up all right. So it's got a wooden deck on it. It's one of I think an A to
Just
Z.
be careful about showing that symbol at the back, John.
Well, I'll show the one
YouTube
at the front.
doesn't like it. And at the front. Just put your hands over the bow and the stern. There you go.
Right. Excuse me. But,
YouTube gets
anyway,
all upset.
what it worked out is it took me longer to paint the stripes on this model than they were on the actual Bismarck. So it took me about 3 months to paint them, and they were on there for 3 months. Sorry, they were on there for. I think they were on there for 20. I think they were on there for 28 days, and it took me 33 days to paint them. But it's interesting. It took a while, but it's pretty good. I mean, obviously, that's why people like it. It's a cracker looking ship.
Yeah.
And as I've said before, I've not met a modeler who actually condones certain sort of political parties and stuff.
Yes.
We're not into that. But,
yeah, so unfortunately, though, it goes back to this
know.
whole being offended on behalf of, doesn't it?
I know. But they were naughty.
Sometimes it can be a pain.
So there we go. That's a Titanic. Bismarck. Very different ship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next, modders. Secret says, Tiffany, I just subbed to your channel. Woohoo. Well done, Secrets. There you go. She's put a link up there. Tiff says, I have 8 subs on my new channel. Excellent.
Oh, lovely.
And you haven't even got any content up yet, which is so well done. Although you can start from next Tuesday, it's also going to be streaming on live. The live stream we're doing with the budget model is also going to be streaming on Tiff's channel as well.
Ah,
That should
very
be
good.
cool. Jim says, proudly a subscriber to your channel, Tiff. Are you a subscriber to a channel, John?
I looked for the channel, I couldn't find it. So Tiff,
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll send me a PM with the actual link, and I'll be sure to follow.
There you go. Secret says, beautiful work.
Thank you.
Yes. And this is the thing. As modelers, oh no, I broke the tail wheel.
As modelers, we broke the tail wheel. That is correct.
As modelers, we appreciate the art and the engineering and things like that. We don't care about the politics associated with it.
Come on. I've had trouble getting these masks.
The other day, some idiot kid sprayed that a version of that symbol on the walls in a local underpass thing by the supermarket. And the local paper tried to make a big thing out of it and tried to stir up the anger and things like that over it. But I was really proud because all that happened was people in the town just went, the symbol's back to front. That's the Hindu symbol. It's not what you're saying it is.
Ah,
It means something else entirely.
yes.
And this is the problem. A lot of stuff like that comes from the media and things trying to stir up trouble, doesn't it? Come on. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Your super glue stuck. 4 steps. There we go.
Come on.
Let's put some super glue back on there. If I can get the bloody stuff out.
Yeah. Should be right. Yeah.
So, what are we going to be working on tomorrow, John?
We'll see. I'd like to keep going with my the tornado. I think it's coming along.
Yeah.
Well, I'm at the stage where it's
having
actually going to look different.
Done some weathering on this. I'm actually quite enjoying it. So what I might do is I might do some more weathering on this. You do what you want.
Okay. We'll see. Because there's other bits and bobs that I could do that are Spitfire adjacent.
Like I say, do what you want. I mean, as far as this build's concerned, we're finished now. So after this episode, so just work on what you want. Oh, bollocks.
Oh, bollocks.
Yeah, bloody undercarriage wheel slipped off.
Okay, there we are.
Come on. Sticky bastard. Jim says, my compliments on the Bismarck, John. You are a very good modeler, sir. Huzzah. He is.
Thank you.
Problem is, he's very modest. Right, so now I'm going to have to sit here and hold the plane upside down instead of actually doing some modelling. Well, I could just leave it. Oh, I could just leave it on Could just leave it on the stand. There you go. There you go. I'll leave it on the stand. Yeah, I've actually quite enjoyed doing the weathering today.
Good.
I don't normally enjoy weathering because I'm not very good at it, but it's been an enjoyable experience. So I'm going to do some more.
Yeah,
But
this
I
kit,
think... Sorry, go on.
this kit, they've come up, I think, looking really good, and all three of them are very different from each other as well. I think,
Hmm.
you know, just shows what you can do. You know, not every model has to look exactly the same. You can have, you know, different paint shades, just make different things pop. I think,
Mm.
you know, it's your model. Do what you want. Just enjoy it.
Yeah. One thing I do like as well is this model's really sturdy once
It
it's
is.
built.
The undercarriage is solid as, isn't it?
Yeah. And tail wheel just broke, but other than that. Yeah, so I don't
Little
know.
bits of
I
paint
was thinking
crept
that
under
I
the
probably
masks.
wouldn't build one of these kits again, but do you know what? Seeing it now and weathering it and things like that, I think I actually would.
So you're
If
making a tank
something,
modeler out of me, and we're making an aircraft modeler out of you.
yeah, I mean, if when I get like a care package off Miles Hero stuff, if I found one of these kits in there, I wouldn't be disappointed. I'd happily sit and build it. Would I go out my way to buy another one? Probably not. But that's only because I've already built one.
Oh, they're cheap though, aren't they? I mean, they're half the price of
Yeah.
the Tamiya and the Edward ones.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a 148th Academy Spitfire up there, and I think that, but that was an attic find. I think that cost me 10, 15 quid. Yeah.
So I had a, well, I wouldn't call it it's not a barn find, but I bought an older Airfix kit the other day. I don't know if I've shown this on the channel, but it's the older Airfix Supermarine Mark One.
Oh, I love the Mark
Um,
One.
because I bought the Edward double boxing, and there's you know, I built one as an Australian Pat Hughes,
Mm,
but I actually wanted to build Douglas Bader's one. So
yeah.
now that I have that, I can use those decals and do another without, you know, again, it's less than half the price. It was only $10, less than, I think, 1/6 the price of the Tamiya one.
Ooh, Douglas Bader actually is in that train book I got.
Oh, unveiling his train.
No. There's a picture of him holding the name plaque for one of the trains.
Okay.
See if I can find it quick.
I've got another order from Hannon's on the way. It's a two things: the steel rigging struts for
Sorry, but look how
the
beautiful that picture is. How cool is that?
yeah. You know, I've got a Volkswagen Polo diesel, and there was so much stick about how much, you know, oh, it's disgusting for the environment. I've never seen any smoke come in the back of it. That makes me feel so much better. But you know, Maggie Thatcher closed down that perpetual pea soup as he had over there.
Yeah, they only happened in London, and they deserve it.
Oh, the whole country was burning coal. Like, we'll get out. All right.
I forgot what I was looking for then. I just got lost looking at the pictures.
Inspiration.
Mm. I like this one as well. On the side of the train, it's got "Steam Forever" written on it.
okay. I'm looking for one of these, but it's soot, not light earth. I want to dirty up the exhaust, and that'll be finished, but can't see it. Ah, soot.
Keith Park.
Ah, kiwi.
Oh, did you know
Yes.
it was another name for the Battle of Britain class is the Baby Pacifics.
Light
And-
Pacifics.
Yes. And it was one of them that pulled Winston Churchill's train when he passed away, his funeral train. And the one that pulled it was the one called Winston Churchill.
Yes. I saw the National Railway Museum YouTube video yesterday, I think it was, maybe.
Ah, what a coincidence.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's almost like we planned it.
Yeah. Ah, where's my bloody soot?
We don't plan this foolishness, honestly. We couldn't script it. We couldn't act this daft.
Crapulent. Oh well, I guess I don't finish this after all.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere. But I think it was. I think it was one called. I think it was Fighter Pilots or something like that. Either Fighter Pilot or Spitfire or something. It was him holding the nameplate when the train was being named.
Well, I've got a book on Hugh Dowding, and of course he's launching his train.
Yeah,
I'm still a bit cranky about that.
Hugh Dowding.
He's the guy that saved Britain. Like he was behind not only setting up radar and fighter command and all that sort of stuff well before the war was a hint in Hitler's eye, or certainly the war in Britain. But he also,
Don't mention the H word.
Hey,
Careful about mentioning that H word.
the guy's dead.
Yes, but according to YouTube, he still influences people because
They're idiots. And
people are weird. Yeah, carry
on. Yeah, so he didn't get, he wasn't knighted after everything he did. He was in the bad books with people with too much say, like Douglas Bader. So he was given a baronetcy, but other people got titles that then were passed on to their children and everything else. It was just him.
Hereditary peers.
Yeah, it was just him and his wife, and as soon as they died, then that sort of went. But he had a train named after him when he deserved so much more.
Yeah, I agree on that. He did deserve a lot more. He cared a lot about his pilots as well, didn't he?
Yes, yeah, he did.
He used to call him his
If I met him, I'd probably hate him. But he's old Stuffy was his nickname. He probably was. He wouldn't talk to me because I was a lowly sergeant.
I've watched a few documentaries about him, and apparently his nickname was Old Stuffy, but it was because he wasn't really an extroverted person.
No, he was most likely on the spectrum.
Yeah, we believe that in spirituality, it's what's called spiritualism and things like that. So he believed that his pilots that had been killed would visited him and things. But yeah.
Yeah. Again, I think that's taken out of context. I think that was probably PTSD and guilt and that sort of stuff.
Well, it must be. I mean, you gotta be. The fact that you're sending hundreds of men to their death must give you some stress, mental stress.
He's absolutely incredible bloke. He's most likely the first person to ever hear a radio in an aircraft.
Yeah. Well, he's also the one that fought for the Ministry of Defence to give pilot's armored windscreens, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to put them in before to get them put in to save lives.
Yeah. Well, we can't slow down production. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Timothy's just commented. He says, "Is that a satin finish on the Spitfire, John?"
Oh, it's a matte finish over a gloss varnish, but yeah, it's turned out satin.
Yeah.
Hello, Tim.
I've done a satin finish on mine.
There we go.
Yeah. We are 1 minute past the 2 hour mark.
Well, I reckon I've just finished. I would have finished on time if I could find my soot. I'll find it probably tomorrow, but I've got a little bottle of soot and it goes on easier. I've just used pastel, but this pigment goes on a lot better and looks like soot because it sort of is, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I reckon I'm going to call it done.
Cool. Secrets. I can't wait to go to the UK next year. Just the history alone there and the fish and chips.
Oh,
Yeah,
fish and chips.
Chips for ages. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. So you're going to show off yours first?
Go on then.
No,
I've
you.
only done part of one side.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So.
I did say go on then. I thought Marvin was going to put me on big screen.
Oh, go on then. I see what you mean.
Oh, we're going to you. Okay, we'll go to you now. There you go.
Crikey. All right. So all right. So
Ladies
what
first.
we've done today is zoom in and a close look at the barrels. I think they really make this look awesome. They're a nice little addition there. But other than that, it's a standard Mark 9 Spitfire. Yeah. So what I've done today is well, just bits and bobs. So I painted this bit in here, not the wheel well, but the bit where the strut goes. They were silver.
Yeah.
That they were not painted on the aircraft, so they're sort of like an aluminium color. So I painted them. Did the barrels. Put a bit of a stain on the exhausts. They don't rust because they're made of Inconel, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, bit of powder coming off there for the soot from the exhaust. And yep, so a panel line wash, and that's sort of a lot of it's come off because I didn't let it dry overnight before I wiped it away. And same deal with an oil wash of oil stain down the spine there, and that is done. There we go. Sorted. And over to you, Mikey. Was he frozen? What a good time. Oh no, there we go.
Yeah. Good news is my new internet starts on Monday. Yeah. So all I've really done is this side. So just weathered it a little bit. You can't really tell on the camera. But yeah. There you go. Weathered it just a little bit. Just enough to make it look a bit grimy. But like I say, you can't really see on the camera because of the lighting, but yeah. It's looking good and I like it. It's the first time. I mean, I've made a 172 Spitfire before, a couple of them. But it's the first time I've built a 148 one. I actually really like it. And it looks nice on my shelf as well with my Albatross.
Albatross.
Yeah. It actually looks like a proper plane to me.
Always look good. Yeah.
Yeah. I do love it. Timothy says, both look top fellas. Thank you, Tim.
Cheers.
Duke says, bye, Mikey. Bye, Duke. And he says, bye, John. And Jim says, another smashing show, chaps. Jolly good and huzzah, be seeing you. Thank you, Jim. We'll see you tomorrow, dude. Duke says, well done, guys. Thank you, Duke. So, yes, I will switch back over to my normal camera. You'll have to put up with me for a few minutes. Don't worry, it doesn't last long, and the therapy is inexpensive. Yes, me and John will be back tomorrow at 11 o'clock. I'll probably be doing a bit on my Spitfire. John will be working on whatever he feels like working on. Probably his personality, but
I'm not going to hear it. No.
yeah. So that was the last episode of the 1.8 beer delivery Spitfire build.
Yeah. And I think,
Overall,
we are glad
right.
that it's gone,
Yeah.
but they've come up well. They're a beautiful plane, but
Yeah.
not
And
the best Spitfire kit.
I think it come again, like ICM are quite fond of saying, it's not a kit for beginners. It's a kit for modelers that like a challenge and have the skills to overcome those challenges. I think. Otherwise, I think you're just going to throw it in the bin out of frustration.
Yeah. I didn't feel like binning it, but yeah, it was a struggle. Once the fuselage halves were closed up, it's like any other Spitfire build.
There we go. Kay's just come in.
Oh, hello! Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Looking nice. Got Guns N' Roses on today.
Yep.
Mhm.
My fave.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
next time we start this bad boy.
Space rocket.
Yes. Next time we're doing the Battle of Britain. I noticed the flag, John.
Yeah, that's a recycling symbol.
Yes, they're made in Chirk up the road. Well, the company's based there anyway. So yeah, we shall see you tomorrow, 11 o'clock.
Oh, it says it's made in Wales using recycled ICM Spitfire kits. Nice.
Anyway.
All right. So yeah, looking forward to tomorrow.
If you look in the private chat, John, Modders has posted her link.
Appreciate
it. On the private chat of this. So quickly click on it or something.
Okay, got it.
Okay, cool. Right. See you all tomorrow, everyone.
Hooroo. Thanks for
Bye for
joining.
now.